Hello. So here we are again for the I Ching, and this time we're on Hexagram 5 of the I Ching. This is the Magician's I Ching, which is what I'm using as reference, and this is also my book. So please check it out, and it's available on Amazon or from Aeon Books. I think you'd find it very useful. If you're interested at all in the I Ching, there's stuff in here that isn't in other books. And so this is Hexagram 5, which is Shu, which means pause. And this hexagram consists of heaven below and the moon above. I'm just drawing it here as I'm going along. So here it is. That's Shu, hexagram that has heaven below and the moon or primordial water above. And it's called pause, as in to pause, to wait, right? Now, why is it called this? Well, first of all, it's the moon. The imagery is of the moon in its peak. There are clouds gathering in the sky. It's not actually raining, but it's cloudy. It's kind of ominous. It's the middle of the night, obviously, and it's time to pause. And we're told that if you pause and seek others' trust, then this brings shining success. If you pause rightly, if you push rightly, this will bring good luck. And then it tells you to cross the great river. So it's saying pause and then go on, right? And so some people look at this and think, oh, it's contradictory, right? Should I pause? Should I go on? Well, it says right now pause, then go on. Keep that in mind. The great work says that the superior individual should spend their time in feasting and taking pleasure, waiting without concern for the appropriate opportunity to act. So this means not rushing forward, not rushing into something, right? And if you look at the messages in the lines and in the commentary, in the Confucian commentary, it talks about not being worried, not being insecure while you're waiting, don't rush forth, be firm, don't be bewildered, right? So don't act in a way that shows you're not ready for prime time, right? There's an implication in this hexagram. The previous one was immaturity, right? This one, pause. The implication is of someone who is taking on something new, starting something, right? And if you start something at the wrong time, if you start something too soon when you're not really set up for it, then trouble ensues, right? So if you look at the lines have imagery that is representative of taking some long journey, or maybe it's somebody who is leading some kind of a caravan or going out to do trade, or who is going to war, right? It could be any of those things. And the first line says, pause at the borderline. Be constant and you will be safe, right? The borderline means, you know, this is the edge. You've never been farther away than here, right? This is the edge of the line, of the land that you're familiar with. And next, up ahead, is the unknown, right? So it says pause before you move into that unknown. And then after that, be constant and you will be safe. Line 2, pause at the shoreland, right? So pause at the edge of that great river that it tells you to cross. Remember that in I Ching terminology, cross the great river means make a journey, make a jump to something else, go to something new, right? Go to the other side. But here it says, pause at the shoreline. It'll be scandalous, but lucky in the end. It'll be scandalous because in the sense that you will be questioned about it, right? Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? Why haven't you started yet, right? You're going to have people doubting you. But there's some good reason for you to stay at the shoreline, to wait to cross until everything is set and then go, right? This is the last place where you can do this, where you can wait to cross, where you can give yourself that pause. After that, the pauses that are mentioned in the following lines have the tone of involuntary pauses. The third line says, pause in the mud and evil approaches. Don't get stuck or you'll be hurt. Be discreet and avoid brigands. So it's saying you've crossed into the other side and you find yourself in muddy terrain. Usually any hexagram that has the moon trigram in it, as this one does, it has moon above, it represents situations of danger because the moon is symbolic of peril. The moon is also called the pit, right? It represents pitfalls, things you can fall into. So if you pause in the mud in the wrong way, you're going to get stuck. And if you get stuck, you'll be hurt. You have to be discreet, which means you have to be careful. You have to move the right way and avoid brigands, avoid those who are going to want to come in and cause trouble for you in this journey. The fourth line says, pausing in a pool of blood, calm even in danger. Things will pass and you will escape from the pit. So here we've crossed over from the lower part of the hexagram, which is the heaven, and now the fourth line is the first part of the upper hexagram, which is moon. And it's a broken line, it's a weak line, so it's representing a tricky situation. Pausing in a pool of blood, well, something's happened, right? There's been an accident or there's been violence, maybe you fought with these brigands. But if you stay calm, things will pass and you'll escape from the pit. Remember I said the moon is also the pit or the abyss, the place you fall into. So you're now in this, at the very bottom of this place of being stuck, trying to move forward. If you remain calm, things will work out. If you don't, if you rush forward, then you're going to have problems. Line 5 says, pause at the feast, entertain others with wine and food, but keep to the right path for gain. So now in your journey, you found some place where there's prosperity, where things are going well. 5 is the ruling line. The 5th line is always an important line. And here it is the ruling line of the hexagram besides that. So this is a place of feasting and of things going well. But keep to the right path for gain. It says don't just stop here. You have to now change over your prosperity into reinvestment, right? To carry forward. And then line 6 says he falls into the pit. Again, another broken line in the moon trigram, so danger, right? But 3 unexpected visitors arrive. Showing hospitality to them brings good luck. So the pit is a reference to the moon hexagram, but underneath you have the heaven hexagram, which are the 3 solid lines. So these are 3 unexpected visitors that will come if you show them hospitality, it brings good luck. It implies that there's opportunities based on if you've made the right choice of connections. There's a whole undercurrent in this hexagram about making those necessary links to other people. You need to win others' trust. Remember, that's in the main description. If you have others' trust, that will bring you shining success. So part of the message of pause is that it's not just about how prepared you are, it's about who you've surrounded yourself with or who you've networked with, who you've connected to, that this is just as important to the success or failure of your effort, of your endeavor, as the preparations you've made yourself. If you can engage in feasting and taking pleasure, if you entertain others with wine and food, if it's the right people, if you're not wasting your time and instead you're making the right kinds of connections, then there will come a time when those connections can get you out of the pit, right? So that's it for this hexagram. I would like to say that if you like this video series, please feel free to share it in Facebook or Twitter or wherever it is that you share stuff for everybody else to know about it. And to keep watching, feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And we will see you next time. Thank you very much.